Good evening. I appreciate the opportunity to share some of the success stories from this past summer at the June Norcross Webster Scout Reservation. By all accounts, this past season was a success. We saw a growth in attendance in all of our programs, most notably in our Cub Scout Day Camp program, our Scouts BSA overnight camping. I should note that our farthest unit that came to camp this year was from the Grand Canyon Council in Arizona, not to be rivaled from a Longhorn Council in Texas troop. And the closest troop to travel to camp was from Ashford, Connecticut, Troop 92. We saw growth in the number of units from the Connecticut Rivers Council attending camp that previously had gone out of council, but we're also seeing a growth of out-of-council youth coming to camp, most notably units from the Spirit of Adventure Council. The Cub Scout Day Camp program was a huge success this year, which is positive. We saw a couple hundred scouts come through the generosity of the grant to get kids outdoors from the state of Connecticut. But in addition to that, we saw scouts come to camp for additional weeks on top of that with paid registration. So our paid registrations exceeded where we were in 2021, with only additionally adding the grant program on top of it. The NYLT program, the National Youth Leadership Program, which we host at Webster, was outstanding. I want to give a shout out to Dan Carr, the course director this year, who had a lot of challenges. He took some strategic objectives from the council and were able to implement them into the course. He also took a new syllabus, which had some challenges, and worked together and put together a team behind the eight ball. We were really innovative, and I think everybody on the outdoor program side and the council training committee side were very happy with the outcome, and I credit a lot of that to Dan's leadership over the course of the year. We also had the privilege this year to host the Lithuanian Scouts Association group at camp. This is a group of second and third generation Lithuanians who have continued the scouting program from Europe here in the United States. They met for their week of summer camp and did some really outstanding pioneering projects, scouting at its basic form. And it was great to see a sense of culture and brotherhood here at camp this year with the Lithuanian Scouts. This also helped us as there was some unbudgeted income, but it was the type of outside group that we want to see at our camp, and we fully supported a number of areas of their program. It's also worth noting that we continued to host for the 12th year the National Camping School, which is a national Scouting U program where every camp director, program director, aquatics director, COPE director, key leadership positions have to be trained by the National Council through National Camp School in order to work in the camp. And we have hosted that program at Webster, and we continue to do so. What's also great is some of the dynamic leaders and section directors are from our council. So we're leading the way not only as a host, but also be providing instruction for this program. And we've been upped again to do this program again next year. From a program point of view, we added some things. We tried to make our operations smoother. We took a hard look at how we do our check-in to make it more efficient. We took some of the things that we had to do during COVID, but were popular and able to re-implement them into our program this year while bringing back some traditions that are important to us, like sit-down, family-style dinner, and things like that. We added True Blue automatic belay devices to our cope and climbing program, which is very similar to what you see at rock climbing gyms, which gives us the ability to put more staff directly on instruction rather than just belaying. We also got a pizza oven this year, which, much to our surprise, was one of the most popular programs where scouts can make and then prepare their own pizzas in camp for their patrol and their troop, which is extremely popular. We couldn't do and be a leading scout reservation in the Northeast without strong support from a number of different entities. And I wanted to take this minute also to recognize the investment that the board and the professional staff have made into camp. Some of the most significant improvements this year, including the drainage along the main camp road, the eventual paving of the road and reworking of that was an impactful project that not only looks good, but it's more environmental friendly by working with our water drainage and all that. And that was a significant investment and made a difference. And also the work that the Friends of Webster does, the volunteer support group. They take what's good and make it great. And I think our little secret to success at Webster is that there's a strong partnership between the council and the resources the board provides, as well as a teamwork spirit to get stuff done and to pool resources and to bring talent together. And we couldn't do what we do without strong investment from the leadership of the council, as well as the support of the Friends of Webster. Going forward, there are some challenges we had this summer. Much like any business, food supplies, products, delivery, supply chain stuff was challenging over the course of the season. Hiring of camp staff, retaining of camp staff was also extremely challenging. There were some positions that we're hiring after camp had started because just the way the market is right now. Hopefully that will change. But I can say with confidence that the camp staff this year did an outstanding job. Our oldest staff member was 80 years old and the youngest CIT was 14. And this team of seasoned scouters, college students, teachers, and some of the best and brightest youth leaders we have in the scouting program make it work and make it so that our troops want to come back and make J.N. Webster a destination environment going forward. A couple things we have to look forward to. Thank you to the generosity of Stanley Black & Decker. We're now pricing out and looking to implement our new docking system. Our docks are currently at camp in the swimming area, are a combination of 1960s original docks, as well as a kind of patchwork of things that were donated and bought at the end of the year. So we're currently pricing out with the idea to purchase before summer camp a dock system similar to the newer one at Camp Orcomen to improve that area, which I know our customers and our scouts will improve. And we're working with the family of Peter Perry, a former camp director and board member who passed away about a year ago, on some major investments into the camp property going forward. So as I sit here in September and reflect upon the season, I want to thank everybody who made it a success. I certainly am very appreciative to the leadership we have in the council right now. The work that Stephen Smith and Sean Fogel, the business office, did was outstanding this year. And it's this partnership that makes it all work. And so I look forward to partnering with you again, working with the rest of the outdoor program team in our sister camps to continue to make the Connecticut Rivers Council one of the top outdoor program destinations in the Northeast, if not the United States. Thank you.